Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chaitali Jadhav, and I am working with Parul University as an officer of International Relations Cell. Today, I am here to discuss about study in Canada and give you some brief information about September intake of Canada and the scholarship opportunities which are available for students. So now I'll just quickly start the my presentation. Okay, so as you all can see, here is the map of Canada. So Canada is a country in the northern part of North America. It has 10 provinces and 3 territories, and the population of Canada is 3.76 crores, out of which 1.46 crores is in Ontario only. Ontario is this yellow mark which you find in the map is Ontario, and the territories, as you can see, one is Yukon, another is Northwest Territory, and Nunavut. These are the three territories of Canada. And you could see the province. We start with British Columbia, is one of the province. If you have heard about Vancouver, is the most popular city of British Columbia. Then there is Alberta. In Alberta, Edmonton is the most popular place to visit in Alberta. Then comes Saskatchewan. In Saskatchewan, a lot of students knows that there is University of Regina, which is located in Regina of Saskatchewan, and there is another popular area of Saskatchewan, that is Saskatoon, where Polytechnic is located. And Manitoba's capital city is Winnipeg. A lot of people do call it Winterpeg also. Then the most popular state or province of Canada is Ontario, and the capital city of Canada is Ottawa, which is located in Ontario. And you can see Quebec. In Quebec, most of the students who are from IT goes to Quebec, and in Quebec, the official language is French plus English both. And one more, I told you about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces. Seventh province is New Brunswick, and eighth province is Nova Scotia. Then comes Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland and Labrador. These are the 10 provinces of Canada and 3 territories. Now we'll talk about the benefits. As you can see, Canada is the number one country to live. This is by the quality of life. Like you will find the quality of life much better in Canada as compared to any other country all over the world. And it is also ranked number 3 country in the world overall. It has free healthcare. Like after just a moment. Okay, so Canada has free healthcare also. Now, why you should study in Canada? In Canada, you there is a very easier visa process. Easier. Why I am saying is because uh, there are no difficulties in processing your visa. The documentation are very easy. So the visa process is very easy in Canada. If you have certain there are certain eligibilities criterias in to program. If you are having all the criterias which are there, if you fulfill all the requirements of the particular college or university, you are eligible to apply to those institutes. And then visa process is also very very simple, that I will talk about it later on. Then lower tuition fees as compared to any other country. If you compare it to like USA, UK, any country, then the tuition fees comparatively is very less. It starts from 8,000, 7,000 Canadian dollars. That means if you calculate in INR, it starts from 5 lakh rupees, 4 to 5 lakh rupees as a tuition fees. Then there are so much of different opportunities. In terms of opportunities, Canada is, because it is a developing country, and Canada has already planned for people who are coming to their country in next few years. They are planning for those, that what kind of professions are going to come in which particular area. So they are planning accordingly and starting uh, businesses, banks, or some startups are also starting up in different provinces of Canada. So they do have occupation list also according to the province. So job opportunities is available to each and every person who migrates or who goes on study visa to Canada. And Canada's degree which you get after studying over there is recognized all over the world. So it has a very good reputation all over the world if you are a pass out from any Canadian institute. And high standard of living. So you get high standard of living if you compare it from India or any other country. The standard of living of Canada is very high. Then it is a safe place to study. Like if you see in certain other countries, they, in it is high in HDI means the human index which is there, it is high in that. So it is a safe place to study, it is a safe place to live, and it is safe to work over there also. Then possibility to work in Canada after graduation. So the possibility to work in Canada after graduation, if you compare to any other country like USA, UK, European countries, the possibility to work in Canada is very high, because they are already, as I told you, they are already pre planning their, who the crowd which is going to come in Canada. They are already planning that how to, give job opportunities to those graduates, and how to, because they also want the students who are going from here, they also want them to settle down in their country and to work there, as they have a very low population too. Then study in Canada is a easy way, or you can say a pathway to easy PR, because once you study in Canada and you start working in Canada, you will get certain points in your PR file. That is, if you have obtained a degree from Canada, you will get points out of it, and you do have work experience also, so you have points out of it, that because you have studied here and because you have worked here, they give you certain points, which comparatively, if you directly apply through from India for a PR, and if you go there study and then apply for a PR, then it is possibility that you will reach the cutoff, which most of the people, if they apply from India, they are unable to reach to the cutoff of express entry. Then what happens after study? So you get a postgraduate work permit after study, and here it is like, if a student is going, suppose, for 1 year program in IT field, if he is going for 1 year program, then he will get a 1 year work permit. And if suppose a student is going for 2 years program, then he is eligible for 3 years work permit. But suppose if a student is not getting 2 years program in the particular field which he or she is looking for, then what they can do is they can go for 1 year program, and then further they can study one more program. So in this case, what will happen? They are studying 1 plus 1. In this case, they will get 2 years of work permit. So if you have 1 year program, you will get 1 year of work permit. If you have 1+1 program, you will get 2 years of work permit. And if you take 2 years of program from India itself and you go there, then you directly get a 3 years of work permit. Let's talk about permanent residency. In permanent residency in Canada, there are certain categories which are there. So the first category is express entry. In express entry, what happens all over the world, those who want to get a PR of Canada, there are a certain point system which they have to follow. So if they clear that point system, then again their CRS score is calculated. So the if the cutoff right now going on of CRS score is almost 471 in express entry. So what happens in express entry is that you will have to get yourself evaluated for WES, that is from World Education Society. You will have to get your educational credentials assessed, and after that, if you are eligible, like in if they recognize your bachelor degree from India, if they recognize that okay, it is equivalent to Canadian standards, then they will give you a positive evaluation, and after that you will get scores of a bachelor degree. So you will get points out of it. Once this is done, you will have to create a profile in express entry, and then your profile will be picked up uh, by any province or by federal Canada. So this is the process of express entry, and there is a cutoff. And here there is no occupation list which is there is no occupation list, like even if accountant is there in the occupation list of any other province, and if you are an accountant and if you want to apply for a PR in federal Canada, like you can go anywhere in Canada, then you will go for express entry. And if you reach the cutoff, you will directly get an invitation from the government of Canada to apply for a permanent residency. Now second is provincial nominee program. In provincial nominee program, what happens is, if you are looking to migrate to a particular province where your occupation is in demand, you will have to create your express entry registration also, and you will have to apply for an invitation separately from that provincial nominee program. Same way, there is Atlantic immigration nominee program, then there is regional pilot program, then there is a municipal pilot program also, which are going on right now if you are looking for permanent residency. Then we will talk about top courses to study in Canada for international students to get job. So the topmost course right now is a MBA. If you do your masters of business administration from any institute of Canada, from any university of Canada, it will be recognized worldwide, and it has a very good reputation. So the chances of you to getting a job in Canada or even in anywhere in the world increases when you do an MBA program from the universities of Canada. Then second popular program is computer science and IT. So as you know, many of you must be knowing that Ontario is an hub for IT students. So those who are planning to pursue their masters or PG diploma in computer science or IT, they prefer to go to Ontario, because there are many companies, many big companies in Ontario specifically. So once they pass out from their college or university, they directly can get placed into those companies. Then third program is business and finance. So those students who have done their bachelor's here and want to go for their masters or a PG diploma or a PG certificate program in business and finance, they can definitely apply for Canadian universities or colleges. Then Core engineering and engineering management programs are also available in Canada. Physical and earth science and renewable energy, these are also some highly ranked program which are available with Canadian institutes. Then agriculture science and forestry. So agriculture science and forestry is also a program which is in very high demand in Canada, because as you can see, Canada's population is very less, and Canada has a huge area where they can start the agricultural activities, and they can produce their own, uh, what you say, they can start farming and everything. So these programs are also in high demand in Canada. Then biosciences, medicine, and healthcare. So I would like to say that those students who are looking for biosciences, medical, and healthcare programs, suppose a few days back only, I have an example to share with you all. Few days back, one of my student who has got a first class in her degree, and has also got 7.5 bands in IELTS. She is looking for a program of Master of Kinesiology, as she has completed her bachelor's in physiotherapy. So now she is looking for programs into kinesiology or fitness and health, or occupational therapy, and all these kind of programs she is looking for. But what we experienced is, we started her application, and what we have seen is the seats of all these programs are getting full within 1 or 2 days time. So you can imagine that what kind of a demand these programs are having in Canada, because they want a lot of uh, a lot of health professionals. They want them to come to their country and settle down over there. So that is why a lot of students from India also are applying for these kind of programs, and the uh, seats are getting full very fast. Then another program in demand is media and journalism. So those who are looking for best destination to study all these programs: MBA, computer science, IT, business and finance, engineering programs, then these renewable energy, agricultural science, forestry, or any kind of program in healthcare, media and journalism. These are the programs which are in high demand in Canada, and these are the programs where if you people go and study, then there are 100% chances of you to get PR in Canada. Now we will talk about eligibility criteria. So you can study in Canada if you are enrolled at a designated learning institute. So what is designated learning institute? A designated learning institute, or DLI, is a school that admits international students. A letter of acceptance from DLI is essential to obtain a Canadian study permit. Okay, suppose if you want a student visa, then you will have to apply only to those institutes who has a designated who has a license of designated learning institute. All primary and secondary school in Canada are having this DLIs. Post secondary school must receive permission from their particular. Suppose if there is a college in Ontario, so they require that particular provincial government to accept, to get a license from them to accept international students if you want to go to Canada. Then after you graduate from there, uh, if you want to graduate from Canada, you have to make sure that you go for a DLI institute only, that will allow you to qualify for a postgraduate work permit. If you are going to a private institution which do not have DLI number, then you are not eligible for post graduation work permit. Okay. Now we'll talk about the Canadian education system. In Canada, elementary and secondary education, all children in Canada are required by law to attend school. So, schooling for children begins in Canada from the age of 5 or 6 and continues at least until the child is 16. And the school system for Canadian children begin with the elementary school and progresses to high school. So this system is composed of 12 grades. It is just the same which is their Indian standards, which right now we are studying into. So once a person completed grade 12, they receive their high school diploma, which makes them eligible for post secondary education. Post secondary education can be in college and university both. So there are both private and public schools in Canadian schooling system. Okay. Then types of secondary education. Any educational program occurring at a level above 12 grade is considered post secondary education. Okay. There are few different types of post secondary education, each with different purposes. So in Canada, the first we say is universities, then comes colleges, then comes trade school. Trade school is like which we do ITI over here, it is like the same. And then there are vocational schools also. So this is how the Canadian education system works. So now second is proof you have enough money to pay for your tuition fees, living expenses for yourself and any family member who come with you to Canada, and return transportation for yourself and any family member who come with you to Canada. Okay. So this also you need to prove in the form of GIC, in the form of funds which you are going to show. Further we'll discuss that how much funds you need to show. And you should not have any kind of criminal record in any country, in your country, and to the country which you are going on student visa. You should not have any kind of criminal record, and to prove that you will require a police clearance certificate. And you also have to ensure that you are undergoing a medical test which is there for getting your student visa. Prove to an officer that you will leave Canada when your study permit expires. So how you can prove this is simply you have to write an SOP. So basically what all you need to write in a SOP, or how to write a SOP is you need to first of all you need to introduce yourself. Then you need to explain to the officer that why you have selected Canada as a country, and why you have selected the particular institute where you want to study, and what kind of program you have applied for in that institute, and why only that program. So you need a lot of comparison with your country also, and within Canada also. You have to do a lot of comparison, that suppose if uh, the program which I am looking for is available in both Conestoga College and Seneca College. So you have selected one college, so you need to prove that why you have selected Seneca and not Conestoga. So you need to do a lot of research work in that, that you have researched yourself, and you have found out that in this particular college the modules which you were looking for was not so much of your interest, and in this college because there are the modules which you are interested in, that is why you have opted for this particular college. So all these you have to do the background study. It is not like that we have applied on your behalf, so you should not have any idea, because the visa officer through your SOP to submit in advance, because Canada have seen earlier it was not there, but Canada have seen a lot of students who are going there, and then they rely on a part-time job, which is not at all advisable for them. So Canada have suggested that the 20 hours which the government is giving arrival. So now they have made it compulsory in a form of GIC, which you can open in Scotia Bank, ICI Bank, and many other banks. But these two are amongst the most popular banks, where the student can uh, start their GIC account. And the minimum fund which is required to deposit there is 10,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, we can say that the per month calculation which comes of a student is 833 Canadian dollars per month. Okay, now suppose you have one more family member who is going to accompany you, or who is going with you, then living expense, the funds which you require per year is around 4,000 Canadian dollars, and per month you can calculate is triple three Canadian dollar. Okay, and same as every additional accompanying family member, you require at least 3,000 Canadian dollars per year, which comes to 255 Canadian dollar in a month. Okay. Now, to get is it easy to get PR in Canada? Studying in Canada makes it easier for an international student to obtain permanent residency through the Express Entry program. As I have explained you what is Express Entry program, it is for a student it becomes much easier, because if I am a student and if I go to Canada on a student permit, and after completion of my study I start doing a job over there in Canada, and I fulfill all the criteria, then I will get more points as compared to any other person who is putting up the file of PR from outside Canada. Okay, because I will get points of uh, studies which I have done in Canada, plus I will get points of the experience which I have gained in Canada. So there is a particular there is a different particular class which is called Canadian experience class. So after studying in Canada, after working in Canada, you will come under Canadian experience class, and through that you can create your express entry profile and you can get your PR very easily. Okay. As I told you, this is because having Canadian work experience and as well as education can significantly increase your CRS score. This I have already explained you, towards your express entry profile, which in turn greatly improve your chances to receive an invitation to apply. Okay. Then how much can a student earn in Canada? See, the government has in different countries of the world, there are certain wage rate which are fixed, and that is according to per hour basis. So international student can work up to 20 hours per week during their studies, and during their vacations or after completion of their studies they can work 40 hours per week. Okay, and they can earn approximately 8 to 10 Canadian dollars per hour. Student can work full time off campus during co-op terms. Now what is co-op? Co-op is just like a program including an internship, or a program with placement. So in Canada it is called as co-op. So in co-op also a student can earn approximately 10 to 15 dollars per hour, and it if on monthly basis if you calculate, it comes to 400 to 1,000 dollars per month. Okay. And for co-op there is a one more additional thing, which if your program is of including co-op, then you will have to apply for a co-op at the time of applying your study permit. So suppose if you have 4 terms program, that is 2 years program, out of which your last term is a co-op, then you will have to study for 3 terms, and then in the last term, that is in the last 4 months, you will be on co-op, so you will be working on that co-op. So for that, we will have to take permission from the government in advance. At the time when you apply for a study permit, at that time we also have to apply for a co-op, uh, what is it called, at that same time you will have to apply for the co-op also. Okay. Now, see, as you all know, we at Parul University, we represent international relations cell, and we have more than 70 tie-ups all over the world. Like, we have global collaboration of more than 70 institutes. Then what IRC does at Parul University is basically we have 4 different domains. One in which we send students. There are different mobility programs, or you can say student exchange program. Another is linguistic study center, where you will learn your IELTS, French, German, all different languages. Then there is study abroad desk and pathway programs. So I will give you a brief about LSC programs, that is IELTS and functional English. Okay, this is for those students who want to go to abroad. Anywhere, if you want to go, IELTS is the first mandatory language criteria which you need to fulfill. So you will get IELTS coaching at our linguistic study center, and plus it is also for those students who just want to improve their English language skills. So for them we term as functional English. Then there are French and German also, where you can enroll yourself for those who are looking to go to France, or particularly Quebec in case of Canada. French language is mandatory, because without this you will not be able to communicate with the local people in day to day life. So for that, French is necessary. And in both French and German, there are different levels. So you will have to start with A1 level, then you will go to A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, like this. And in IELTS, I will just give you a short brief that there are 4 modules: listening, speaking, reading, writing. So in these 4 modules, if you want to apply for Canada, the minimum requirement is 6 each. This I am talking about SDS category. So there are 2 different categories in case of Canada student visa. One is SDS, another is non-SDS. For those students who have scored 6 each or above 6, in individual modules, can only apply for SDS category. Those students who have scored 5.5 in one or two modules, or those students who have appeared for PTE or TOEFL, then they will have to go for non SDS category. Okay. The difference between SDS and non SDS category is, in non SDS category you will have to show additional funds to to show the visa officer that you are capable enough to uh, you know you are capable enough to pay the fees of next year too. So you will have to show the funds in case of non SDS category, plus the time taken is more as compared to SDS. In SDS, you will get your visa very fast. These are some of the success stories of our students who have enrolled themselves in IELTS coaching. So you can see how good they have scored: 9, 7.5 overall, 7.5 overall, like that. These are also some of the success stories who have scored 7 band in IELTS. Few more. And these are the success stories of German language. They have cleared German A1 language with 81 marks out of 100. And this is the German score once again. So these are German language success stories. Now, as I told you, we have a separate study abroad desk at PU because there are a lot of activities going on in international relations cell. There is not only exchange program or pathway program or linguistic study center. There are many activities which are going on to facilitate students of Parul University uh, for the best which they are looking for. So out of which one is study abroad. So here what you will get is you will you will get a dedicated counselor for the particular country which you are looking for. You can you can enroll yourself in IELTS French and German. This means everything which you want to fulfill to fulfill your study abroad dream, you will get at one place, that is international relations cell. Okay. You will get advice and assistance from your counselor. Then your admission application will be done through us. We will also prepare you for visa interview where all it is required. Like suppose if you choose some other country, if you choose suppose France, so in France you will have to clear an interview with campus France. So that also we will assist you in. Then visa application also we will assist you, that what all documentation are required, how to from where to get those documents. Then for medical, from where you will get your medical done, appointment booking of the medical, everything. And then pre-departure orientation is also done by IRC. And in that you will get to know that before departing from India, what all steps you need to take, and what are the things which you need to carry with you. Then there are a lot of students of Parul University who are in different countries like US, Canada, UK, in European territories also. So you will get the guidance of Parul University's alumni network also, who are already there, and who have been through this study abroad process. So they will also guide you that how to start your journey. This is the success story of one of our student who has get the admission and visa for Conestoga College. So here you can see there are two students who have got 100% scholarship, uh, and they have processed through Parul University. So you also can get a scholarship if you enroll. If you start your process through IRC at Parul University. We are located at BBA building. Just if you enter the BBA building, the first office is of IRC. So you can anytime visit there with your parents too, if you want to get more information about Canadian Institute, and what all programs are available for you. These are also the success stories. So here is a success story of UK. As I told you, we do assist in all the countries like UK, Canada, USA, Australia, New Zealand, then all the European countries like Germany, France, Poland, all those countries also we do assist. And this is my contact details. You can anytime WhatsApp me or call me on this number. My number is 63515 90365, and this is my email ID. You can also note down my email ID, and you can send your queries to me on this email ID. uh, we are successfully we have successfully started applying for all the students who are looking for September 21 and Jan 22 intake. uh, if you are the one who have completed your studies and looking for IELTS coaching, or if you are looking for you know applying to any of the institute in Canada or any other country, you can just call us on this number, or you can uh, drop us a mail, or you can also walk into our office, which is at BBA building. Just a moment. Okay, so I will just quickly see if anyone has any questions. Okay, so I cannot see any of the questions here. So I think I have tried to cover all the information, and give you all the information of Canada as a country and destination to study. So thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.